Right, I want to say something really quickly before the chat fills up to its max and we get to our peak numbers for the stream. I'm wound up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wound up. And I want to know how you feel about this, right? So I'm sitting there watching Spurs and United playing, thinking to myself, my God, they're both shite. And then what do I hear? Feed the Scousers being sung once again by the Manchester United fans, the travelling fans to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm sick of it. And look, I'm not even a Scouser, so, maybe Scousers brush it off, whatever, I don't know. But when are they going to get actually held to account for this crap? Because we're not playing. Nothing to do with us. They're in London playing Spurs, and I'm sitting here hearing Feed the Scousers yet again being sung. And we'll get the usual, oh sure, it doesn't mean nothing, or oh sure, it's only a small amount. It isn't, it's arse. It happens so often now, and it's just disgusting. Honestly, I think we need to get to a place where we're better than this as football fans. And I know many, many great Manchester United fans, but singing about poverty now, that's acceptable, is it? In a game where you're in a quarter-final, losing 1-0 to Spurs and still make time to start singing about Scousers again. Jobo said, I'm a Scouser and no, we don't push it off. There's a lot of poor people in the city and it's highly offensive. Exactly. If it offends me, and I'm not Scouse, mate, it offends me on behalf of the great people of Liverpool or anywhere else that people are singing about poverty because, it's no laughing matter at this time in the world. Just to give you an example of why I'm wound up by it, right? So when we all grew up, I'm not sure if it was the same over in the UK, but certainly here in Ireland, we grew up and we were all, we went home around Christmas time with a troker box to raise money for people who were suffering from famine in Africa and stuff like that. And growing up, that was it. Everybody did their best to try and help a third world country and raise a few quid for very good causes. And now in this day and age, we're sitting here in modern times and I'm looking at, food banks in Ireland, food banks in the UK, multi-banks, and raising money for what is a first world country, in my own country and in the UK. It's sickening to see this level of disparity that working people can't even afford to keep the lights on and pay the bills, man. It's disgusting. But anyway, sorry to go off on a tangent there. I just had to get that off my chest because it quite frankly disgusts me hearing anybody. And I don't care if it's Scousers singing about Manchester singing about Scousers, Londoners singing about Newcastle. It's all just sick. Oh, by the way, on United, just when I thought that Radcliffe couldn't get any lower, this comes out today. Are you ready for this? Exclusive from Sean Cunningham said, Manchester United cut the stewards £100 Christmas bonus and the £50 cash prize for Steward of the Week as Ineos consider and continue slashing costs. And one of the quotes in the piece said, you're pinching off people at the bottom of the ladder. And I very, very, very much agree with that. How do you cut £100 bonus for hard-working stewards and then remove a £50 cash prize for Steward of the Week because you're pissing away money at the top end of the club? I have a lot of sympathy for angry Mancunians around this because it is miserly, it is pathetic, and Jim Radcliffe should be called out on it because £100 here and £50 there isn't going to make up for the money that the senior people at that club have pissed away. It's embarrassing what's going on there, and Jim Radcliffe should be ashamed of himself, in my opinion. Sir, this lad, sir. Yeah, and that's what gets me, Kieran. A sir, somebody who's been knighted, is penny pinching to such an extent that you're taking money off the frontline workers to make up for the waste of those up the chain at Manchester United. The whole thing, quite simply, should be beneath United. It's disgusting.